So reading from chapter 3, Learn Gita, Live Gita course. Which section? Which section we are reading? Section 2. Oh, this is okay. Section 2. Okay. Section 3.4. So we are starting with 3.4. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते गौरवाणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे. We're reading from chapter 3, chapter 3, section 3.4, Krishna the Supreme Person. We have been discussing how Krishna is the original transcendental person. Among various traits that define the idea of personhood, what is the most important trait? The answer is relationship. Relationship is the most defining aspect of personhood. Krishna is that transcendental person who possesses unlimited relationships. If you observe in this world, you can at best make few relationships with a lot of endeavors, and they are not even permanent. The relationships that you make in this world are temporary because your personality is not spiritual, it's mostly material. So the relationship is the most defining aspect of personality, personhood. Somebody is a person. So how do we know? The most important aspect of him or her is relationship. So relationship means exchanges. Krishna is so now Sir is explaining two kinds of relationships: relationships which are temporary and relationships which are permanent. So any relationship which is on the platform of material world, on the material platform, it will be temporary. But any relationship which is on the spiritual platform will be permanent. When you become a spiritual being, that is you discover yourself as a divine being, then you see that you have a relationship with Krishna. So when we become spiritual beings, then we see how we have relationship with Krishna. So what kind of relationship? Krishna is our father, Krishna is our mother, Krishna is our teacher, Krishna is our all in all. And these relationships are permanent or eternal. You can establish a relationship only with Krishna. But Krishna can establish a relationship with everyone. This is the difference between our tiny potency and Krishna's infinite potency. So what is now? Okay, so we saw there are two kinds of relationships which are material and eternal. So we can make any kind of relationship. Means we at the material platform now we are making material relationships, but at the spiritual platform we can make spiritual relationship. Now okay, but then there are there are two kinds of entities in the spiritual world also. One is Krishna, who can make infinite relationships, and one is us, who can make one relationship. And our one relationship is with Krishna. So our relationship is with Krishna, but Krishna can make relationship with everybody. Krishna as absolute truth is one, but he becomes many to celebrate his opulence. His friendly spirit makes him manifest unlimited friends as cowherds in Vrindavan. His mood of lover makes him to manifest unlimited girlfriends such as damsels of Braja. These relationships are so sweet that the greatest of yogis contemplate on these relationships with care and attention. A few examples of such relationships are given below in order to realize this statement. Okay, very nice. So here again is saying we are. So Krishna is one, but so it is not that he needs somebody from outside to make a relationship with. If he wants to make a relationship, he can expand himself into so many beings like cowherd boys, cowherd ladies. So all these are Krishna's expansions, Krishna's manifestations, so that Krishna can enjoy relationships with all these personalities. So Krishna is self-sufficient. He's Atma Rama. So he does not need anything from outside. Actually, there is nothing exists. Nothing exists outside of him. He is only the basis and he is only the underlying truth for everything. So there is nothing separate from him. There is nothing which is which we can say is outside of Krishna. Everything is within Krishna. So means, but when he wants to enjoy, he can create himself all the living entities or all the spiritual beings to expand his happiness. Okay, so we can add some questions here. So one could be, would you like to suggest some questions here? If Krishna has infinite relation, since we are Krishna's son, don't we also have infinite relation? Good question by Dheeraj Prabhu. Krishna has infinite relationships and we are Krishna's children, then don't we also have infinite relationships? The answer is Krishna is infinite in quantity, we are infinitesimal in quantity. Krishna is divine in quality, we are also divine in quality. So in that sense we are quality wise same as Krishna, but quantity wise we are very limited. That is why we have relationship with Krishna. So our relationship with other living beings is on the basis of our relationship with Krishna, because we have primary relationship with Krishna. So based on that we define other relationships, like we have relationship with other devotees. So the basis is our relationship with Krishna. Because we have relationship with Krishna, so through that we can define other relationships. Prabhupada used to give an example that if you want to understand brotherhood, you first have to understand fatherhood. Brotherhood means, yes, we are all brothers and sisters, but this is not possible unless we understand fatherhood. First, we have to understand our relationship with the father. If that is there, then only we can say the other person is our brother. So that is the primary relationship. So other relationships are dependent on that. That is why that is saying we can only make one relationship, that is with Krishna. Other relationships are secondary, like consequences of. I don't know if I am putting it right, but something like that. Brotherhood and fatherhood. This Prabhupada says in one of the books, one of the small books I read. So what is the difference between us and Krishna? In terms of the relationships. What main trait defines a person? How? Relationship is the most defining aspect of person. How? I don't know. how? How? I don't know how. How means, yeah, how personhood. I don't know. You should ask that how relationship is the main trait for a person. Good question. We have infinite relationship. No, we can have permanent relationship, which means eternal relationship, or that is with Krishna. And we cannot have infinite number of relationships because we are limited, right? How many people can I attend to? But Krishna can have infinite number of relationships, but I always have finite number of relationships. And Krishna can have, but both can have eternal relationships. I can have only relationship with Krishna. Krishna can have eternal relationship, infinite number of relationships, but both can have eternal relationship. It is not that only Krishna can have eternal relationships, we cannot. But okay, because that relationship is also with Krishna, so in that sense, yes, eternal relationship. Okay. Next, 3.4.1. We have limited relationship that makes us different from Krishna. So we can have only one relationship. That relationship is complete. We can have relationship that is only one relationship, which is complete. It is not one relationship is not limited. It is eternal, permanent, spiritual. But the thing is that we can have only one relationship, that is with Krishna. Is Krishna's relationship is not our? We have relationship with Krishna, that is ours. Yes, but Krishna can have relationship with everybody, so many other living entities also, which we cannot have because we are limited. So I cannot have relationship. For example, we are limited. For example, I don't know how to. Uh, Even animals have relationships. Are they also a person? I am a bit confused. Yeah, they are persons. That's true. They are persons, but they are they are very limited in terms of how much relationship they can make. They have relationships. That is true, but they are very limited because of their uh, material situation. But if, of course, they can evolve and they can get better bodies where they can form better relationships. But all those are temporary relationships, right? But on the spiritual platform, those relationships are complete. So if there is some animal in spiritual world, he has complete relationship. I mean, I don't know. Okay, okay, at least okay in this material realm, yes, animals also have relationships, and but they are very limited. Okay. So 3.4.1 Krishna responds to Draupadi's call. So now Sir is explaining here how Krishna can have relationships. We can have relationships which are material, and we can have relationship with Krishna which is spiritual, but Krishna can have infinite number of relationships. So Sir is giving some examples that how sweet are those relationships. Sir is saying when Draupadi was being disrobed by Dushasana in the assembly of Hastinapura, she called out Govinda and Krishna personally became infinite sari. Krishna personally became infinite sari to give her protection. It didn't take him any time to do this, in spite of the fact that when Draupadi was being disrobed, Krishna was in Dwarka while she was in Hastinapur. For him, there is no distance because he is everywhere. Another instance of how Krishna protected Draupadi and the Pandavas is as follows. So now, Sir is explaining how Krishna's relationship is not only infinite, but it is also, Krishna is not bound by any space and time. So he can be everywhere at the same time. So which means if Krishna is in Dwarka and Mother Draupadi is in Hastinapur, still she does not feel, or she is not away from Krishna, and Krishna can immediately appear anywhere and is present for the relationship. Yeah, this is very nice. Next, another example that how Krishna protected Draupadi and Pandavas is as follows. Krishna protects Draupadi from the wrath of sage Durvasa. While the Pandavas and Draupadi were in exile after they lost everything in gambling, sage Durvasa along with his 60,000 followers came to see them. This actually was the wicked plan of Duryodhana, who knew well that being in the forest, Yudhishthira would not be able to provide any hospitality to the sage, who was known for his short temper. So Durvasa has a very short temper. He becomes angry very quickly. So knowing this, Duryodhana, first of all, Duryodhana served Durvasa very nicely in his palace. When Durvasa became very pleased, Duryodhana said, "Okay, now you." So Durvasa asked, "What do you want? I'm very pleased with your service. You have fed me so nicely. What is your uh, uh, ask for a boon?" So Duryodhana said, oh, he knew that Durvasa ji is very easy to become he gets angry very easily, and when he gets angry, he will curse, and with that curse, anybody can be just destroyed. That is why Duryodhana said, asked Durvasa, if you want to please me, I don't want anything for you, but I am so happy, I am so delighted that such a great sage like you has come. So I would like that you also give an opportunity to have your darshan to my brothers who are in the forest. So in this way, Duryodhana, very in a very wicked way, in a very crooked manner, he sent Durvasa ji to the forest where Pandavas and Draupadi ji were living. And when Durvasa went there, he went there along with his 60,000 disciples, 60,000 followers. And when he reached there, what happened? It was a tradition in Vedic times that when a rishi comes to a kshatriya, the latter should offer him nice food. So Durvasa asked Yudhishthir Maharaj to make arrangements for their food while he and his disciples went for bathing in the nearby river. It so happened that Draupadi had a magical pot called the Akshay Patra in which she could cook and feed unlimited number of people. So Draupadi Mata has one pot which is called Akshay Patra, and she can cook, and this Akshay Patra will make the quantity so huge that any number of people can be fed. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, when he received Durvasa Muni and Durvasa Muni asked him for lunch, Yudhishthira Maharaj immediately he had a trust. Okay, Draupadi will cook in the pot and she can feed 60,000 disciples, no problem. That should not be any issue. Okay, now but there is some twist in the story. So, however, she would not be able to serve from Akshay Patra once she had taken her food. So once she has eaten, then this Akshay Patra will no longer produce any food. So as soon as she has not eaten, so Akshay Patra will keep producing food for that meal. The day Durvasa had come, the day the sages of Durvasa had come, Draupadi and her husbands had already taken their food. The Pandavas were in a crisis situation, since Durvasa's wrath could turn them all into ashes. So Pandavas understood that now it's very difficult because Akshay Patra won't give any food, and Durvasa ji will get very angry and he'll curse us very badly. At that moment, Draupadi just remembered Krishna, and Krishna appeared without any time lag, because if you build a relationship with Krishna, he reciprocates spontaneously. So Krishna appeared immediately. Krishna used to address Draupadi as Sakhi because she was friend of Krishna. So he said, what did happen, Sakhi? Why did you remember me? So Krishna asked Draupadi ji, means immediately he appeared. So Krishna I don't know where he was, maybe in Dwarka. So, and as soon as Mother Draupadi remembered him, immediately he appeared. What happened? Draupadi said, you already know everything. There is nothing hidden from you. Please solve my problem. So you already know everything. So please solve this problem. Because of course devotee does not ask Krishna for anything, but this is so loving relationship that so the Pandavas are not dependent on anything else. They are showing how to take exclusive shelter of Krishna. So Krishna said, you give me something to eat. If I am satisfied, these 60,000 men will also be satisfied. There is no problem. Just give me something to eat. And because Krishna is the root, and if root is watered, all the leaves and branches also get watered. So Krishna says, okay, you just give me something to eat. Now, in utter despair, Draupadi explained that there is nothing in the pot. Draupadi said, already I am feeling I cannot feed so many people, and you are again asking for food, and knowing well that I don't have any food with me. Still Lord Krishna asked Draupadi to show the pot Akshay Patra. So Krishna is very, he does everything very gracefully. He will not say, okay, granted. So like anybody would say, oh, God means he will just say granted and it is granted. No. Krishna will do in a very graceful way. Krishna says, okay, give me food. Now Draupadi said, oh, how can I get food for you? He says, okay, don't worry, just bring that pot. There must be something inside the pot. And Draupadi, she brings the pot. So there he saw one tiny particle of rice was sticking to the bottom of the pot. So just one tiny particle was left sticking at the bottom of the pot. As soon as Lord Krishna accepted that particle of rice, Durvasa and his 60,000 followers immediately felt the satisfaction of having eaten a huge feast. So Krishna just ate this small rice which was not even deliberately left. But somehow or other it was just left there. Or maybe Krishna manifested it with his potency. We don't know. But so as soon as Krishna had eaten that particle of rice, automatically everybody felt satisfied. There was these Durvasa Muni and his 60,000 followers. They were in no position to eat another meal that they thought Yudhishthira would have arranged nicely. So Durvasa and his followers hurriedly left from the river itself without returning to the Pandavas' cottage. So these Durvasa and his followers, they had gone to the river to have their snana, have their bathe, have their bath. And when they were taking baths, they suddenly felt very heavy, that as if they have eaten very heavy food. And they felt, okay, now we are feeling so heavy. How shall we go to Yudhishthira Maharaj and eat more? Because we have no desire to eat anything because we are so much full already. But then they thought, oh, then Yudhishthira Maharaj must have already arranged, because he came, he went and he told Yudhishthira Maharaj, please arrange, and we are just coming. And so Yudhishthira Maharaj must have arranged a huge feast. So if we go there and Yudhishthira Maharaj, and we are not able to eat anything, so all that food which Yudhishthira Maharaj has prepared will be wasted, and Yudhishthira Maharaj will be very angry. So they just thought, let us run away from here, because they didn't see any other alternative. What else can we do? Just run away from here. So they just ran from there without returning to the Pandavas' cottage. From this sweet pastime, we can see that Krishna easily reciprocates with his devotees, even in dire situations. He has all power, fame, riches, knowledge and beauty. But the most important among all such opulences is his relationship with his devotees. And time and again, he reveals how he cares for them. These two examples should inspire us to build our individual relationship with Krishna. After all, he is the supreme transcendental person. So the moral of the entire pastime, so what Sir is bringing out this very important point, that we can see Krishna reciprocates with his devotees. So God is not just impersonal. God is not just light or vague knowledge. God is a person. He has relationships. He reciprocates with his devotees, even in dire situations. So now another light is given. All of us know that God means 6 kinds of opulences: like all power, all knowledge, all fame, all beauty, all riches, all renunciation. 6 opulences. But the most important of all such opulences is his relationship with his devotees. His relationship is very sweet, and he manifests them in variegated ways, and he shows how he loves his devotees and cares for them so much. Hare Krishna. Okay, so I think we can stop here. Anybody has any questions? Krishna. Okay. Nobody has any questions, then you can stop. One thing is that please give the test, those of you who have not given, and this third chapter we will hopefully finish. 3.4 is over. 3.5, 3.6. I think that's it. Yeah. There's 2 more sections, 2 more subsections are left, and you can. I think in 2 days this will be over. Then you can give the test. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.